Welcome again to another episode of the WSXM channel. So, in Burkina Faso, they have implemented a new rule in all the schools of all over Burkina Faso, where kids have to be properly groomed and natural. No more wigs and weaves is accepted in schools in Burkina Faso, which is brilliant. Well, take a look at some of the teachers talking about it and some of the kids speaking about it and what happened to them when they do break the rules. Take a listen. Boom.
This morning at the Venegran Municipal High School in Ouagadougou. Even those who wore headscarves do not escape the rule. Mediation is often attempted for those with extravagant hairstyles to find common ground, but the instructions are strict and clear. No student should have access to the school. Without closely cropped hair for boys and simple braids, without extensions for girls. And this in accordance with the law, according to the joint decree of March 10th by the Minister of Basic Education and the Minister of Secondary Education and Vocational Training.
It wasn't yesterday that you were expelled, it was yesterday, right? So that means you are being defiant. You allow yourself to come back again this morning with that. You will manage to style your hair properly before coming to access the institution. Go ahead.
After the control at the gates, the inspection continues in the classrooms. And there about 20 offenders are caught. Expelled from the classrooms, they are invited to cut their hair or remove their dreadlocks if they want to gain access to the school again.
We were made to leave because we didn't style our hair properly. Our hair didn't comply with the regulations. We have to go and cut it again.
I was made to leave this morning because my hair isn't neat and I plan to braid it.
It's better to undo it and do it properly. You braid your hair properly or you plait it properly. There's no problem. But if you have locks and with the inspection, you do it like that, we can't accept it.
Another institution, same reality. In the courtyard of the Municipal High School Bambata in Ouagadougou, the boys have identical hairstyles without any embellishment or fancy touches. On the girls' side, extensions have been replaced by braids with natural hair. The rule is explained to the students well before the second trimester break.
And what is required? It's simple, natural braids, with natural hair, without any beads. Neither. Ornament key, there you go. It's essentially when you uncover your head and it's completely simple with natural hair, without any wandering styles, without strange models. And according to our understanding, it's a hairstyle for which you can't use combs. There you go, to properly pull out your hair.
It is now the norm, a requirement for these learners, since the decision of the Burkinabe government to establish a uniform regulation regarding students' hairstyles in public and private schools. An initiative welcomed by some, but a hard pill to swallow for others.
But then we can't even trace the cause. We just have to be straightforward. It will accentuate the phenomenon of wigs in Africa. I can't have a hairstyle with a design that allows me to attend a ceremony or other events. So that means when there is a ceremony and I am in a period where I have to go to school, I will be forced to wear wigs. And all of this strongly affects our culture.
Now, really, I don't like it at all. Because, well, keeping the hair, it doesn't impact anything. And the intellectual abilities.
If the students are unhappy, the parents, on the other hand, find that the authorities' decision is welcome, as it aims to put children on the same level and reduces social divides. Also, wearing extensions demands a lot from the parents.
I think it's a very good idea because success already starts with discipline. On the economic level also, I think that it's really the right thing because there are parents with limited means who cannot always spend large sums to have their children's hair braided.
This measure comes to standardize the children, like the school uniform. What does standardize mean? Standardize means that there are now students. No rich students, no poor students. We are all students.
The implementation of the decree is effective on the ground. At least, that's our observation after a tour in some schools in the capital.
We can say that 98% of the girls complied with the provisions of the decree. And those who didn't have, who weren't in compliance, they had their hair undone. They had only gathered their hair in clumps, but it wasn't compliant. It was neither braids nor knots, so we couldn't accept them. However, the difficulty we encounter is mainly with the boys, the close-cropped hairstyle. There are some who still have hair, you see, who comb their hair well, but it's not A.
So we are also obliged to tell them to go back, to comply before gaining access to the institution. For the successful implementation of the decision, the school officials are calling on parents to be more involved.
Parents need to understand, join us in this effort. Because honestly, we can't make men without breaking some eggs. And that's why we say, if we want education in Burkina Faso to be what education should truly be, we need to get involved. We need to contribute our part. Because in reality, we bring children into the world. We entrust them to educational institutions, but still, we are the biological fathers. We are the mothers at home. It's up to us to understand that education starts at the foundation.
After these checks, if the offending students persist in their stance beyond expulsion, these principals intend to escalate by deducting points.
So there you have it. But this is to be expected because we know who Abraham Traore is. His most famous, his quote, his antamata is homeland or death, which means he 100% for his culture, his way of life, Burkina Faso, cutting away from all imperialist, colonial masters' way of life and way of living and sticking to our own. So he banned the colonial judges and lawyers just in Burkina Faso with the black robe and the white wig and the white. That's banned in Burkina Faso. That's no more. He created his own judges and lawyers clothing, but he did not choose it and implement it. He had a contest and they designed and they picked the best design and make it into the natural, make it into Burkina Faso judge court system attire, along with no more wig, no more colonial wig. The natural hair is fine, which is brilliant. So if he does, if I'm sorry, does this on the legal level and the justice system level, he did it in the army as well. He has to be properly groomed. So of course, naturally, is the schools are next, which is what happened here, which is to implementing no wigs or weave to be worn in schools. You naturally groom here. Boys naturally here groom. Boys here is groom naturally, clean cut and close to the scalp. And for females, no wigs no weaves. You can wear natural hair, braided, clean, braided. What is a natural hair? Not any wigs or weave because this teaches discipline for one. You can follow simple rules and regulations. Two, it teaches love of hair, love of culture, and it also saves put money in the parents' pocket when these kids want to have weaves and wigs, they have to go to the parents and they have to spend all these ridiculously amount of money on these so-called extensions for their kids here. So those you have, as the principal said, 98% of them follow the new rules and laws. When you have a few, 2% not, which is natural because there's always somebody who goes trying to go against rules and regulation. That's to be expected. But this also shines a light on the parenting skills because most parents don't like to adhere to rules and laws in school and tell their kids they don't have to follow it. But no, in this case, you have to because it is laid down by it's from the top, from Burkina Faso, from the leader, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, which starts from the justice system to the military and now to the civilian. So it's a natural step, it's a natural evolution to have everything in coordination with the country. So me personally, I applauded this because this can cause a division in school between kids, bullying, because when one child parent gonna spend absorbently, ridiculously amount of money on wigs and weaves for their child, and they go to school, they can tell the other kids, "Oh, my hair costs thousands of dollars," while it, ca- it that the superiority some of these kids have again amongst each other are they this thing because what they're saying I'm better because I wear name brand clothes and have name brand hair and my hair come from this place or this country while they can they use it as a bullying tool. But now everyone's at the same level. Same hair, same hair quality, same hairstyle. As in braided or cut clean cut. So now that takes away the separation of class and bullying. you don't take it away fully, but it's a major step in that direction where you make kids won't bully each other because of the cost of their hair. So this is a brilliant move and teaches them love. Key, love your culture, love your hair, love who you are, not being in, not imposing the colonial masters, but the imperialists standard of beauty implemented on African kids in Africa and African continent. No, Western um Western beauty standards does not apply to us because we are not the same. We know we have naturally beautiful hair. We have naturally beautiful people. Our hair, as in black people, our hair can be styled in almost in any kind of style because our hair texture can manage and take different styling. While colonial masters can do the same as we because they have limited ways of how they can comb their hair, maybe one or maybe two or three ways. We have endless styles and we can use. So that shows the superiority of our hair, which I don't understand why people don't can't see that. So you're spending thousands of dollars on hair from the Indians or from the Chinese or from any other race. Typically India they get their hairs from. Why? Because these hair goes through all kind of um chemicals they put in it to kill lice and to do this and to do that to make sure it can be sold. There's a lot of things going into these people selling these hair and also these fake hair cause it's flammable. Some of these fake hair. So, and what pisses me off too is I find more and more young people, boys to be specific, are putting in braid in their hair like they are girls. That is another thing that's pissing me off, but I have no control over it. But my son cannot ever say you're gonna add hair to his hair. No, not even. In no way, shape, or form. So this is also good for Burkina Faso youths to not be feminized by putting in hair in their adding hair to theirs to make it longer. That's so feminine and so many levels and gay. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. And as always, tell a friend, like, comment, and subscribe. Boom.